Hi, and welcome to the 2021 Economic Recession and Preparation channel. Thank you for joining me once again for this January 13th, 2021 edition, Hump Day Wednesday edition. For all those who are new, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It'd be much appreciated. Preach to me, tell all your friends and neighbors that this is the 100% true, unadulterated channel for the latest economic news in the United States and elsewhere around the world. Today, I want to talk to you about some very important information, and that is the unemployment rate. The unemployment rate officially is around 7%, but the unemployment rate for the lowest paid workers in our economy is above 20% for the first time in the last 10 to 12 years. This is according to one of the Federal Reserve Governor's chairman, Lael Brainerd. And she says that she's a Federal Reserve Board governor, Lael Brainerd, speaking at the John F. Kennedy School of Government at Harvard University in Cambridge, Massachusetts. She stated that the level is above 20%. The level highlights the need for accommodative policy, and she said that it's too early to say how long the Fed measures will stay in place. Unemployment is above 20%. The real unemployment rate for even all American workers, because we have over 40 million workers in America that's unemployed. That's out of a total labor workforce of 160 to 170 million eligible workers in the United States above the age of 18, etc. Now, the figure indicates how uneven this recovery has been since the efforts to control this health crisis has emerged. Remember, we're going into almost the 11th month of this health crisis. This has been the biggest GDP drop since the Great Depression that we've suffered. And Ms. Brainerd said that the damage from the health crisis is concentrated among already challenged groups, mainly the poor and the people, the 99%. The K-shaped recovery remains highly uneven, with certain sectors and groups experiencing, quote, substantial hardship. Now, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, they pegged the current unemployment rate at 6.9% for all Americans. But the real unemployment rate for African Americans is at 10%, and for Hispanic Americans, it is at 10%, while Caucasian white Americans, it is at 6%. This is according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. But the federal officials, reserve officials, have made, quote, inclusive employment gains a priority and have adjusted policy to try to make that happen. The problem is, regardless of what socioeconomic sector or racial background or whatever you fall in, we are in a Great Depression, and the Federal Reserve Bank and the United States government has not admitted that to the people because they don't want to create a panic. And the reason why they don't create a panic is part of the responsibility of government, as you know, is to create order and to create order out of chaos, or to create, a order of continuity of government, okay? And so regardless of who's in office, Biden or Trump or anybody, they don't want to give off the impression that we're in a depression and that we're insolvent. The country is bankrupt, but we are, because we have $28 trillion of debt. Of that $28 trillion of debt, we can barely afford to make the interest payments right now. And so that's why I was saying earlier is that we got the $600 stimulus. We may be able to squeeze out one more stimulus package with whoever continues to take office. Biden, past January 20th, and he'll get that out this summer, sometime in May and June. And that's what most of the economists are forecasting, as well as the people that you hear on TV. But it may or may not happen, because, like I said, the Federal Reserve Bank is a private organization. There's nothing federal about it, and they decide whether or not they're gonna provide stimulus to the U.S. economy or not. And this stock market and this whole Ponzi scheme is dependent upon the Federal Reserve Bank, who is currently buying $120 billion of bonds. That's right, each month from the banks, and helps keep the short-term interest rates near zero. And so this is going to be an absolute disaster. Can you imagine? We're only in the second inning of this Great Depression collapse, and unemployment rate for lowest paid workers is above 20%, and the national unemployment rate is at 7% and climbing. Okay, expect the unemployment rate to go double digits for every group of Americans in this year. It's not going to get any better. It's going to get worse, because no job. Remember, this last report I told you, we lost 140,000 jobs in December. Now, on top of that, I want to show you the numbers here. I'm going to go to the screen here. I'm going to show you the real numbers. This is the unemployment rate I want to show you here. You're going to just take a look here at this, see if you can see it. Here it is. Okay. Unemployment rate falls to 6.9% in October 2020. This is according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. You can go to get the direct numbers. But if you look at the graph here, the graphics here, you can see, look, job losses on temporary layoff. Look at how many people is on temporary layoff here, folks. We have 1.8 million people that's on temporary layoff. We have permanent job losses. 1.456 million permanent job losses. That means jobs that are not coming back to the U.S. economy or any economy for that matter. And this has yet to filter through the system. And this is why this is going to be so bad, because first, people are going to lose jobs in all sectors, white collar, blue collar, government, private, and they're not going to be coming back. Are they going to be? Now, right now, they're on furlough, but what that means is temporary layoff eventually become permanent layoff. So you can add that 1.8 million plus 1.4 million. That gives you what? That's like, let's see, that's over 4 million jobs there that's not coming back. That's not counting those people who are out not even looking for work anymore, because it says right here, job leavers, 727,000 people are not looking for a job right now. And then that's not counting those people who have yet to be laid off. Now, we have these new college graduates that are coming out, just came out for the fall, and we got the spring graduation and the summer graduation. Where are they going to find these new Gen Yers and Gen Zers and millennials? Where are they going to find work at when all these jobs are going to be gone for good? Not everybody can have a digital business online. And this is just going to be a disaster. So what we're looking at is, well, we very well be the unemployment rate. The unemployment numbers they say right now is 40 million Americans out of work, but we may be able to be looking at 65 to 70 million people out of work by summertime, by May of this year. This is unbelievable. Look at the chart here. This is just a breakdown of the civilian unemployment rate by race, and you can see that obviously it's affected Hispanics and African Americans here in the red line higher than whites and Asians per se. But everybody in this new economy has been hurting. Everybody has been hurting, regardless of your ethnicity or your socioeconomic background. Everybody in this economy has been hurting. This gives you a year-by-year breakdown of this economy, and you can see in October 2020 it fell supposedly to 6.9%, but these numbers are fudged. Like I told you, the Bureau of Labor Statistics has fudged these numbers. They have fudged the numbers because they know that the truth of the matter is that this system is going down. And like I say, the best thing to do is to start learning how to grow your own food. Even if you have just a little small patio, start getting some non-GMO seeds, heirloom seeds from Amazon. Not only that, you're going to have to start learning how to cut back on different things and saving things and reusing clothes, recyclable bags, things of that nature that's going to help us, because the Cavalry is not coming to help us once the system implodes. Once they decide to pull the plug and not print any more stimulus checks, we're going to see disaster and not give rent and mortgage moratoriums. All that's got to filter through the system, and it takes about a year, and this is the year that all that's going to filter through the system, and people are going to realize that things are not getting better. As a matter of fact, the stock market today closed just under 8 or 9 points. It was basically flat. Okay, so even with the promise of the vaccine, quote, hopes and all of that, the policies that they're going to put in place is going to be printing this dollar into worthlessness. And so that's what we have to use the dollar to your advantage right now. Cash is king right now, because you can use it to buy supplies. You can use it to better put your family in a position to be able to survive this, because this is going to be a long haul thing. We're talking the next 10 to 12 years of just economic stagnation, depression in America. I know it's hard to believe, but this is what's happening. Stores are closing in all these malls. Stores are closing in the streets. The dollar store